Well, this sucks. We're starting the video off with some more somber news as former Vancouver Canucks head coach Bob McCammon has passed. He was the Flyers head coach as well. He had two separate stints with the Philadelphia Flyers in the 70s and 80s. He won 3 Stanley Cups as an executive with Edmonton and 2 as a scout with the Detroit Red Wings. He also owned a restaurant partly in 2007 here in Gastown, Vancouver. So our thoughts and condolences are going out to the families and loved ones of McCammon. So we're going over Tyler Myers here in today's video, and this is one of the things that I don't even really know if I need to get too many graphics out there, too many stats and numbers and articles and quotes to go out there and support what it is I'm trying to say here. Because this is one of those topics that I feel you could just ask me, hey Lego, what do you think about Tyler Myers? And I could probably go off about him for like 30 minutes here. But we had ourselves a quote from Bruce Boudreau. This is from the other day, talking about what he has been impressed with the Vancouver Canucks and just, the overall vibe with the team so far. He had himself this quote to say here: Tyler Myers is my guy in the situation in terms of who I've been impressed by. I was talking to Scotty Bowman last night. Yeah, I think we all kind of know who that guy is, one of the best coaches of all time. And he was bringing up Tyler Myers' name too. Bowman was saying that Myers is a big guy and big guys need minutes to play, and I agree with him. He has been exceptional. So this quote kind of got a lot of people super talkative about Tyler Myers, and it's kind of contributing into this video over here too, because Tyler Myers has been, for lack of a better word, revived by Bruce Boudreau over here. And there are so many reasons to go out there and support that argument, try to articulate what exactly it is that's going right under this new system, but just in general, if you go over Tyler Myers and his game log, he's a guy that last season for the Vancouver Canucks had 21 points in 55 games played. It was actually a pretty good season for the guy, all things considered, when you factor in how bad the team was performing, how depleted they were with injuries, and how just unfortunate their circumstances were. This season, though, he's got 9 points in 31 games played, on pace for about 28 points in an entire season, but that is kind of misleading because a few of those points came in the most recent stint. Ever since Bruce Boudreau took over behind the bench, Tyler Myers has had 3 points in the 6 games they have played thus far. Obviously, it's a very small sample size, and obviously 2 of those assists came in 1 game, albeit it was a very good game when those assists came out. But it's more than just the points with Tyler Myers, and when it comes to how he has performed just in general, anybody, whether you're looking at the analytics or you're just watching the games, not looking at any of the stats or whatever, everybody is kind of seeing what I'm seeing, and that is that Tyler Myers under Bruce Boudreau is a lot better than what he was under Travis Green. Now, just going over the ice times right here, Travis Green did not really shy away from playing Tyler Myers a lot, especially towards the end of Travis Green's tenure here. Myers was playing 25, 24, 26-minute games. Bruce Boudreau started him off with 18 minutes in the first game against LA, and then he proceeded to play the guy like an absolute tank. 28 minutes against Boston, 29 minutes in the 2-assist game he had against Columbus, 25 minutes against Carolina, against Winnipeg, and then 25 again against San Jose. Tyler Myers has been getting a lot more consistent ice time now under Bruce Boudreau than he has compared to Travis Green. And it's funny because he's playing better with the ice time now. Tyler Myers today for the Vancouver Canucks is no longer that pylon turnover machine that he was when Travis Green was here at the helm. The change in systems has been extraordinarily beneficial here for what exactly the Vancouver Canucks are seeing out of this player. Because I'll tell you what, when the Vancouver Canucks acquired Tyler Myers, and Jim Benning was going out there waxing poetic about what a good guy this was, you gotta remember what the traits were that they listed about him that they liked. It was his size, it was his physicality, it was the intangibles, and in a way, it was almost like the Vancouver Canucks brought Tyler Myers in the first place to be somewhat of a Chris Tanev replacement. Oh, we need a shutdown right-handed guy, let's get Tyler Myers. And I'll tell you what right here, that is not what Tyler Myers was in his previous seasons in Buffalo and in Winnipeg, nor was it really ever what he was supposed to be. You gotta remember, this guy won the Calder Trophy back in his rookie season in 2010-2011, or excuse me, 2009, 2010, and he had 48 points in 82 games played. He was an offensive machine, and he was a guy that suffered greatly as his development went on in Buffalo because they tried to turn him more into a defensively minded, shut-down guy. You could see the treatment they gave out to Rasmus Ristolainen. He kind of had the same fate, and we all were kind of concerned that the Sabres would do the same thing to Rasmus Dahlin based off of what we had seen in the previous few months, but alas, coming back from that tangent over there, Tyler Myers kind of transformed from what was an offensively capable guy to a guy that coaches tried to play defensively. And for the Travis Green Canucks, you could sort of see that pattern take place as well. Travis Green would put a system in place that would make Tyler Myers be the main breakout option, where he'd be trying to pass pucks through 3 opponents because the Vancouver Canucks forwards would be at the red line or the opposing blue line. Because there would be nobody back if that pass didn't work, all of a sudden, hey, it's a 2-on-1 for the opposite team the other way. Offensively, when the Vancouver Canucks were in the offensive zone and cycling it around, if they lost a handle on it, Myers would be the last man back because the rest of the guys would be caught up forward, and it wouldn't really look great because Tyler Myers defending 2-on-1s, while sure, he was able to defend them sometimes, the fact that we have so many memories of Myers just absolutely sprawling out and doing nothing on 2-on-1 defensive rushes is a bad sign. Now, under Bruce Boudreau, the Vancouver Canucks are not really playing that same style. Forwards are coagulating instead of at the opposing blue line within the Canucks blue line. And it gives the defense on this team a lot better options on the breakout. Instead of going out there and forcing Tyler Myers back and allowing him to let the rush come to him for him to check the puck off the guy, they allow him to go and skate. They say, okay, you're in the offensive zone, pinch, get the puck back, pinch. And he does that. It's why he got 2 assists against the Columbus Blue Jackets, because he stepped up at the blue line, took the puck away, and was able to create plays from there. They're allowing him to skate and actually giving him the offensive reign to say, all right, do what you want with the puck. Like, it's all yours. You have instincts. You have displayed these traits before. You're playing with Quinn Hughes now. How about we try to go out there and revitalize those instincts? And Bruce Boudreau said it himself. Big guys, they need big minutes to play, get their feet moving, get their stride going, and stop trying to put these guys into a box. Just because he's 6'8", whatever, doesn't mean you could say, okay, play like Chris Tanev and go out there and do your thing. He is a lot more offensively minded than a Chris Tanev is, instinctually, and Bruce Boudreau, just in totality, the system that he has and the roles that he's assigning to these players, it's allowing everybody to go out there and do more. Even Tucker Poolman. I harp on this guy all the time, but his defensive instincts are a lot better in general than his worst moments. And even though I always harp on his offense because whenever he takes the puck in the offensive zone, he goes around the net and he tries to make a play and it never works, you still have that ability for guys to go out there and try things. It's under Bruce Boudreau that these traits are being explored. Travis Green had a completely different system that would really not cater to the strengths of the Canucks, and with Boudreau being the guy allowing these guys to do their thing, Brad Hunt being the guy mentoring the defensemen, telling them, okay, you can use a flip pass that goes over everybody's head from your own zone into the neutral zone. That's a move that we haven't seen this decor do until Travis Green got fired, when Brad Shaw was being the main assistant coach guy and Nolan Baumgartner was working with the defense instead. This flip pass has been so successful that you got guys like Luke Shen and Kyle Burrows and Brad Hunt doing very good things in their own zone now. Like, no disrespect to those guys, but having them on defensive situations more often than we have seen before has not really led to the same results that we are seeing today. And a lot of that has to do with the development of this decor, how Brad Shaw has come out here and done his thing, how Bruce Boudreau's system allows this team to play to their strengths. Ever since Game 7 against Vegas, you could see Travis Green deploy a more defensively minded, less run-and-gun type of style. A more, okay, let's sit back, wait for the opponents to take a shot, and we'll block and we'll take the puck back and go the other way and get a breakaway because somebody's going to be waiting at the offensive blue line. That strategy just didn't work. And it's Travis Green's inability to adjust the situation in 20-something games this season that is what led to what we have today. And I'm not even looking at any advanced stats. I'm not looking at numbers. I'm not looking at all that stuff. I'm just saying, look, watch the team. Watch how they played today versus how they played 3 weeks ago, and tell me that's the same team. You can't. The players are the same. The jersey numbers are the same. The colors of the sweater are the same too. But the way they play the game is so different that it's really making everything else come together in a much better way. Talk to me in the comments. What do you think about the Vancouver Canucks, Tyler Myers, and how I've been talking about him here? His value, his trade value, that is, has gotten so much higher the past few games that if you really want to say you got to trade this guy, now is the time to do it, in my opinion, because he's been playing really well. He is on top of the world. He's logging 30 minutes a night. And he's not seen as a pylon anymore, at least in this small stint. Maybe that'll change in 2 weeks from now, but who really knows? Talk to me in the comments on your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video. Rosén 99. And bye.